Hello everyone, Matt5192 here, and today I'm going to be discussing why I think the Brotherhood of Steel are interested and coming to the Atlas Observatory. Just a quick shout out to Oxhorn for some of the footage used in this video, and if you do enjoy the video and would like more lore and theory content from myself, be sure to like this video and let me know in the comments below. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So why are the Brotherhood of Steel interested in the Atlas Observatory? On face value, it seems a relatively basic location in Fallout 76 with a little pre-game lore and as far as I'm aware not used in any primary storyline. Well, till the Brotherhood of Steel arrived, that is. Well, the first thing to consider is how the Brotherhood of Steel even came to Appalachia. It started with the bombs dropping and Elizabeth Taggarty accidentally making contact with Roger Maxson when reaching out for support from a commanding officer.
We're in the mission boundary, right, Weber?
We're at Spruce Knob. 2 clicks. We're 2 clicks from the edge.
So we hug the line, move hard, move fast, and we may catch the Marines with their pants down.
LT, you may want to listen to this.
What is it, Moreno?
The comm chatter's weird. Let me...
No. Confirm nuclear strike on New York. Shit!
Oh, God. It's the end. The end!
Keep off! The whole channel's been locked. Not sure how they're doing that.
Man, the brass has gone all out. Is this part of the war game, Lieutenant?
In the event of a nuclear exchange, we are to immediately seek orders from a superior. For the purpose of these war games, however, we are completely on our own, cut off from command.
Any standing orders we can fall back on, Lieutenant?
None that I know of.
Whoa! Did you...
There's one over there, too.
Mother of...
This isn't no war game.
Turn that off!
Trying band, AH-13. Lieutenant, I got something.
I can't make anything out!
Sorry, working on it.
Maxson to Appalachia. Repeat, this is Captain Roger Maxson.
Give that to me!
Seeking any...
Lieutenant Taggarty here. Captain, it's you?
Lizzie. Damn. It's good to hear a friendly voice.
Captain, I heard you're a traitor.
Traitor. If disobeying unconscionable orders makes you a traitor, then I suppose I am. Lizzie, I'm glad you're alive, but I need to find someone in Appalachia. Someone dependable.
That's where I am. The Thunder was running war games against some jarheads.
So they're still in one piece. By God, Lizzie, this is good news.
Roger, you're a traitor. I could be court-martialed even talking to you.
Lizzie, look around you. The army's gone. America is falling. I know you have questions, but we need to talk. There are things I learned at Mariposa. I got a scientist with me, Dr. Takano. We'll set up a secure channel. I'll answer all your questions then.
Captain,
Lizzie, you know me. We need to talk.
we'll monitor this band. Taggarty out.
Roger Maxson understandably has a hatred for the misuse of technology, as seen in Fallout 1 when he discovered the human testing on prisoners of war while researching the FEV program. Over time with Taggarty in Appalachia and Maxson in New California, they began to grow in numbers and vowed to never again let technology be used for terrible purposes. Though this time, I believe that Taggarty, under the guidance of Maxson, would have sent out patrols to seek and recover technology that can be used with ill intent. Upon these searches, they would have discovered the Atlas Observatory being a prime scientific location, and during their searches come across a holotape of a lead scientist here, which triggered further curiosity by the patrol to dig deeper into the Atlas's history.
Atlas Project Research Log 29293. It's been 5 months. 5 months since that day. They abandoned me. The military never believed in Atlas. It was just another weapon. When the nukes fell, well, what did it matter? Atlas, this research. It's been my life's work. We need Atlas. The world needs Atlas. Now more than ever. I have to finish it. Everything I need, it's all here. I just need time. And hands. I've activated all the robots. They're security bots. They were never programmed for this, but it's all I've got. I can make it work. I've replaced the main lens, finished the particle analysis. I think the accelerator is finally stable. I'm so tired. But I have to keep going. Just a little more. It's almost done. Almost done.
Upon further investigation of the observatory, they discovered some ancient logs indicating that the observatory was designed to control the weather and to manipulate it to their desire. This could be a hint as to why some of Fallout 76 has such beautiful landscapes, even with pre- and post-war nukes landing. The pre-war government were funding this research, not for the benefit of mankind, rain for the plants, sun for tourism, so forth, but for the interest of causing rain, hail, snow against the Chinese, making missions nearly impossible, or at very least, deadly for the enemies.
Atlas, Isaac Hammond, Scientific Director. So the skeleton of the scientist we found in the basement is that of Isaac Hammond, the director of this facility. Inside we find 3 options. In the first, local drafts. Whoa, quite a few to read. System authorized to Lieutenant Commander James Oberlin. In the first report, January 24th, 2076, Lieutenant Commander James Oberlin reporting as Chief Army Scientific Advisor to the Atlas program, replacing Major Kirk Bentley, who was deemed unfit for the role. The Atlas program is moving slower than expected. I'm here to do what I can to step it into gear. It is by my discretion that Washington will cut funding if the prototype does not yield scalable results by April. We should not continue to pay for construction of the Atlas accelerator if the technology turns out to be incompatible. So that's why the military was here. They wanted to make sure that their investment was worth it. But what exactly were they investing in? And why was Major Kirk Bentley not suitable for the role? Why was he replaced? In the next one, report March 12th, 2076. Prototype results have yielded moderate success. Dr. Hammond has succeeded in initiating light rainfall across a significant localized area. Funding for the Atlas program will continue under the condition that Dr. Hammond invest more research into more high-energy weather conditions. I've given Atlas engineers the go-ahead to initiate construction of the accelerator while we continue to improve the underlying technology of the Atlas system. However, in an effort to light a fire under their ass, I've made it clear that funding could dry up if we encounter any more significant development delays. So the goal of the Atlas program was to create weather? And the military were happy to fund it, but only if the program was able to generate more, quote, high-energy weather conditions. We immediately begin to see why the military saw this project as a unique and valuable weapon. But they were impatient. They wanted results immediately. Let's see how far along the program got. In the next one, August 20th, 2076, Dr. Hammond has been able to produce a wide variety of weather conditions based on the data his team has been bringing into the lab. The latest prototype resulted in near whiteout blizzard conditions, an unusual occurrence in mid-August. Some of the local media is picking up on it, but nothing has been directed our way. Security is tight, and I trust the personnel here to keep things under wraps. The automated security systems we've installed has a way of discouraging loose lips. I've got a meeting tomorrow with the top brass back in Washington to go over military application for this technology. The localized prototype won't be much use in a war, but could prove useful during small skirmishes or certain clandestine operations. And yeah, we can see how that would be useful. Summon clouds, fog, or rainfall to cover your troops as they're invading a sensitive area. Blanket terrain the opposing force has to cover with snow and ice, making it difficult. And the next one, August 17th, 2077, almost a year later. The Atlas project has been fully approved and funded for military applications. This could prove to be a massive asset in the war effort against China. Imagine blanketing the nation in thick black clouds until the crops die out, wiping out naval ports with typhoons, or sending fierce lightning storms against vulnerable air bases to ground air units. Heck, we could even deploy Atlas to quell any potential domestic uprisings. The sky's the limit here. It is my assessment that the Atlas system will diminish the threat of all-out nuclear war. No one would believe that a string of bad weather is under our control. More bodies are being thrown at the Atlas accelerator so we can hasten its production. Current projections place a completion date in the first quarter of next year. They were going to use the Atlas system as a deterrent to nuclear war. They saw nuclear war looming in the distance. If the US military was taking steps to prevent it, this implies that they might not be responsible for it, perhaps setting a few conspiracy theories to rest. But more disturbingly, we learned that the military was cool with using the Atlas technology against their own citizens to quell potential domestic uprisings. But even though they were pushing Isaac and the other scientists here so hard, they didn't complete it in time. Even their best estimate put completion at Q1 of 2078, which as we know was several months after the end of the world. In the next one, October 18th, 2077. 2 days ago, I received a letter from my superiors in Washington. From completely out of the blue, they were shutting Atlas down. I was in total shock. I read the details and it was filled with the usual bullcrap phrases like cost-cutting measures, risk assessment ratios, and taxpayer responsibilities. It also said further instructions would follow. This honestly doesn't make a bit of sense. I've decided to wait to discuss this with Dr. Hammond, as I'm certain hearing the news will send him off the deep end. So wait a minute, the US military canceled a project whose goal was to prevent a nuclear war? Why? As Lieutenant Commander James Oberlin here says, it doesn't make a lick of sense, unless the military knew that nuclear war was inevitable, that the bombs were soon to drop. But how could they know? In the final one, October 22nd, 2077, 1 day before the bombs dropped. As expected, I've received a follow-up letter from my commanding officer. I was to go back through all the data that Dr. Hammond collected and adjust the values and the results so that Atlas looked like a failure. Why were they burying the project that could shift the focus of the war? Why were they suddenly being so covert about the whole thing? I had a million questions, but I knew better than to call Washington and ask. Orders are orders. I just broke the news to Hammond, and he instantly flew into a rage. I had to get a couple of MPs to restrain him. I thought he was going to literally kill me. Fortunately, he calmed down and then walked off the property without a word. I don't know if he'll be back or not, but I still have a job to do.
So there are two reasons I think the Brotherhood of Steel are interested. It could be, and quite frankly would be, a huge waste by Bethesda to do and say because of its strategic location and to preserve that tech for themselves so that they are going there. Or maybe, and I'm more confident in this theory, that they seek to use the weather systems to help battle the Scorched Plague, to make it inhospitable for the Scorched, or perhaps even help regrow some of the more ruined parts of Appalachia to make it a safer place to live. But of course, these are just my humble thoughts. What do you think? Do you think I'm on the right track with these ideas, or do you think I'm miles off and making a mountain out of a molehill? Let me know in the comments section below. Please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Ad Victoriam.